Hey, Juice Heads. Welcome to episode 10 of What's Trending with Juice Giorgio. Who the fuck else? We got a lot of good topics for you today. The date is Wednesday, December 16th. We got 9 days till the big man's birthday himself, and I don't mean Joe Biden, although let's see here. Although he is trending. He is trending number one. Bing Jong, Ching Chong, China Joe, Beijing Biden. I mean, you know, they're not bad, folks. But guess what? They're not. They're not competition for us, says the great leader Joe Biden. I just want to bring it to your guys' attention. He's allegedly received 81 million votes. I think about 21 more million than Barack Obama ever received. Senile old white man. Not Barack, Joe. Barack's actually, he's got charisma, man. I mean, he seems like a cool guy. Look, to be honest with you, I'd have a fucking beer with Obama, man. I'm not a hater. I do hate his policy as president, but I mean, Obama, if you're fucking watching, you ever want to have a beer, I mean, it's Miller time, you know? And maybe we could get some of that good plant from one of your daughters, huh? Yeah, you know, and then it's just funny for Chinaman Joe, Beijing Biden, polling stations magically closed and reopened. We went all over this already. But he was trending because couple of things. You know, the office of the president-elect, the fantasy, real fucking thing, whatever you want to call it, he's been making cabinet picks. Even though when Trump was the real president-elect 4 years ago, nobody gave a fuck about his cabinet picks. But he's been hiring, of course, not only the Disney CEO to be the ambassador to China, hence the graphic, and kind of self-explanatory, but he's also been hiring Facebook and Twitter executives for his cabinet. So I started a show called What's Trending just in time, huh? Oh, man. Thank God. And things evolve. Things evolve quickly here on the Juice Giorgio Show Network. Or should it just be called the Juice Giorgio Network? You tell me. Because there is a Juice Giorgio show, but that's not the whole network. I don't know. We got to work out the fucking details there. We're still in our infancy. But, and apparently he held a rally in Georgia yesterday for the runoff, and we'll get to that later. But supposedly he only drew 22 people, and I can only take that as hearsay and with a grain of salt, because I asked the people on Twitter that were talking about that for pictures, and I was supplied with none. So, moving on, Texit. That's right. Similar but not related to Brexit. Texit. The Texit. I just like a nice pair of Texits. It just... Or maybe you want a snack, you grab some fucking nice cheesy Texits, huh? I'll tell you what, though. These motherfuckers succeed, I might be fucking moving down there. Did I say succeed? I meant secede. Does it make a difference? I really don't know. I try to at least sound like I know what I'm talking about on this goddamn show. But what I will tell you is, and this is just off the top of my head, Texas in the past has been owned by Spain. They've been owned by France. They've been owned by Texas themselves. They've owned themselves. I believe they've been owned by Mexico, and they've been owned by the Confederate States of America as opposed to the United States of America, the Union. So if anyone can secede and pull it off, I think it's fucking Texas. And I think they're going to try to do this peacefully if they try to do it at all. And if it gets violent, just call me a Texan. Yeehaw. I got family there, right? And just like I'm trying to get the dual citizenship with Italy. I got provable family in fucking Texas. So I think I might have some traction over there. Next that's trending on my list here, our boy Julian Assange. If you guys did not check out the Juice Giorgio show from last night with my man Tommy Tomatoes, how's your tits? Tommy Tomatoes. If you guys did not check that out last night, please do yourself a favor, check it out. We went to D.C. last Saturday. I heard roughly there was like 10% of the people that went for the first rally, but it was still a shitload of people. And there might be some news coming out with Assange. There's rumors swirling around that he's on the list of the president to pardon, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully he does, because it'll be great for everybody. It'll be a big win for everyone. And all this guy's ever done was release the truth, right? All he's done was tell the people about crimes the American government commits, which I'm sure is in spades, and I'm sure is every fucking day. And, just on a side note, when you're walking past D.C., it's not like you're in Manhattan or Chicago, although certain parts do remind you of Manhattan and Chicago or Dublin or Montreal. But you never walk around in those other cities and you wonder, what the fuck is going on in that building over there? That looks a little shady. There's like no sign. It's just like a giant big spread out castle in the middle of a city grid. And it's kind of creepy when you really look at it and you think about it. It's like, what the fuck is going on in all these buildings? And we're the ones paying for it. So you would think we would fucking at least have the right to know what the hell's going on. But that's another story for another day, I guess. But look, hopefully this gets some traction. And I think it'd be good not only for us citizens of the United States. I think it'd be good for the citizens of the world. And I think it's another, shove it up the fucking ass of the government, because fuck them, Anyway, on a happy note, speaking of grandma's cookies, which I wasn't at all, I just totally made that up. But speaking of Christmas, which is coming up in 9 days, I touched a little bit on Christmas cookies last week, so I did want to mention my favorite, which were the not with the icing and the sprinkles. They're just phenomenal. And I got a recipe here, like the old lady used to make. And I don't know why this happens, but my voice gets a little bit lower when I switch views, and it makes no sense. But there's the link, so you guys could see it, and it'll give you the exact recipe. They're fucking delicious, and they taste like Christmas. All right. So pause the screen if you're listening on audio only. The link is thekitchenprepblog.com. So that's THEKITChenprep.com/WPRM_print/12719. So that's thekitchenprepblog.com/WPRM_print/12719. And I printed out the recipe for myself. I'll just I don't want to fucking bore you guys, but you need some flour, some baking soda, some more baking soda. Some baking powder, salt, unsalted butter, sugar, eggs, vanilla extract, lemon juice, lemon zest for the cookies. And then for the icing, you need confectioner's sugar, milk, and desired extract is what they say. So that could be almond extract, lemon, anise, or vanilla. And then you just need the sprinkles, or as some people call them, the jimmies. I don't know. I guess when they're on ice cream, they're jimmies. I just always call them sprinkles. But these things are fucking phenomenal. And I used to eat them by the case. And Lord help me if I ever make them again. I'll still eat them by the case. These things are goddamn good. But we got to talk about something happy on this show. All there is to talk about is just disgusting politics, like this guy, Mitch the Turtle. And you know what's funny? I've been on dates with like chicks that are pretty liberal, and I really try to avoid talking politics on these dates, right? But like if the inevitably always come up, and so I really try to be reasonable about like where I stand on things. And because I really do try to look at every view from the center. But this guy, Mitch McConnell, I try to always bring him up as the least common denominator of somebody we can both hate. But we obviously would be hating him for very different reasons. But this fucking fucktard has already conceded on behalf of Trump that, we must let's do the turtle, shell shock, fucking... I don't know. Fucking, that's a terrible impression of a turtle, unless like they're on their fucking shell and that's fucking McConnell, Cocaine Mitch, as they call him too. But yeah, he's congratulating Biden. He's congratulating Kamala. Kamala's the wrestler. The VP elect allegedly is Kamala, whatever the fuck her name is. And by the way, she ain't black. She's half Jamaican, half Indian. I don't know. Doesn't sound that black to me. But anyway, just so you guys know, if you didn't know, a lot of the reason why a lot of the judges a lot of the federal judges throughout the states haven't been siding with the Trump campaign is because they're appointed by this fucking GOP establishment fucking swamp creature asshole. And they're RINO GOP folk. They're not, they're not for the movement, if you want to call it that. So it's a great thing they're not liberal, but if you're a RINO or a neocon, I'd almost rather you be a liberal, because at least I know what the hell you're going to do, and at least I know where you really stand. And by the way, don't think this guy doesn't have ties to China either. His father-in-law owns a shipping firm it's based in New York, but roughly about 72% of the raw materials are shipped to China. All right, and his wife is Chinese. Or I don't know if she was born in China, but by heritage she's Chinese. And the wife's sister, his sister-in-law, runs that company. So enough said with that fucking turtle fucking cocaine turtle bastard. When was the last time you heard that in the same sentence? Fucking cocaine turtle bastard. All right. Next trending, one of the good guys in D.C. that are, it's very far and few between, but one of the good guys, Rand Paul. So the way this whole thing works is that January 6th is when the electoral votes that were, I guess, conducted either yesterday or Monday. Today's Wednesday. They get to Washington January 6th, and that's Congress actually has to count and approve them, which I didn't know. You learn something new all the time with this stuff because there's just so many pieces of legislation and so many rules. But so here's what has to happen. And the attempt, by the way, this was attempted 20 years ago for Bush v. Gore. So what you need is one member from the House of Reps, which we have. His name is Mo Brooks. And I was laughing with my uncle and my cousin. You hear Mo Brooks, you think, who's that? The fucking former linebacker from the Jets? It's like this old white guy from fucking Kentucky, not Kentucky, I don't know, Missouri or Alabama or something like that. But old ass white guy in the House of Reps, Mo Brooks. So all it takes is for him to file an objection. And actually, it's from Arizona. It's on my notes. I'm fucking jerking off here. I'm telling you 4 different states. It's Arizona. And all you need is one senator to back you with your objection. And that means that this whole thing can get thrown to the House of Reps eventually. There's a process in place. It won't happen right away. But 20 years ago, there was no senator that backed the one person in the House of Reps. I actually watched the footage last night. And ironically enough, it was Al Gore counting because the president of the Senate is the one that's in charge of the counting, and he was also the Democrat candidate. So this year it'll be Pence doing it. But yeah, Rand Paul is leaning towards election certification rejection, which might be good. I hear he's the second senator. I'm not sure who the other senator is, but like I said, all you need is one. And basically what happens is if they can throw out enough electors, this is how it gets to the House of Reps to vote by delegation. Basically, you need Congress to refute a certain amount of states as either being corrupt, where you had dead people voting, people breaking absentee rules, where you had all sorts of irregularities. I don't know why I have to say that word slowly to say it, but things where you had like suppression of GOP poll watchers, right? And if you have enough people from Congress that won't accept electoral votes from those states and no one hits 270, that's when it goes back to the House of Reps by delegation. But this is the beginning of that process. So that's why I'm entitling this episode, I think I'm going to, right now I have tentatively Pathway to Trump Victory, but I might call it like Trump/Chance or something like something you would name a movie, or like a sequel or a sequel to a sequel or whatever. But yeah, so we got Rand Paul, and I have a link again. I'm going to switch so you could see it again. I don't know why my volume goes lower, but it's vivabarneslaw.locals.com. Check out that guy's YouTube channel. It's fucking great. Viva, I don't know his last name, but if you just type in Viva Law, I'm sure it'll come up. But if you go to that link again, it's VIVABARNESLAW, so vivabarneslaw.locals.com, and he's got a letter on there that all you need to do is sign. It's copyright proof. These guys are two highly respected attorneys. Barnes is a constitutional attorney. He's done a lot of high-profile cases in this country. And it's just something to send to Congress to wake them the fuck up a little bit. So make sure you get on that. If you care about the integrity of the election, all right? And last but not least, on What's Trending with Juice Giorgio, episode 10, the runoff. The runoff in Georgia. And again, Rand Paul did also speak out about this. God bless that man. I mean, he's probably the only person in D.C. in Congress actually doing his fucking job, with the exception of maybe like half a dozen people out of the 535, right? So the latest in the Georgia runoff, I mean, and again, this is coming from Rand. He doesn't want to see any mail-in ballots with no signatures, no chain of custodies. The one thing, unfortunately, is that they're allowed to have entirely new voters since the last election, which is just a Georgia rule. So it's kind of like live by the sword, die by the sword. But the main thing here in Georgia is that the Georgia Secretary of State still won't allow an audit on the November 3rd election. And they're perfectly capable of doing it. I heard all the ballots are actually digitized. Man, that would have made me a lot of money working for where I work. To do that job, and but that's what they're saying, that both Republican candidates for the Senate, they should run on that fact that, hey, the Georgia Secretary of State, what's going on here? Why won't you go for this audit? If you won't allow it, you must be hiding something, because if everything went the way you said it, then you should give us this openly and freely, because nothing's wrong, right? So, anywho, that's all I got for you Juiceheads today. I'm shuffling through my papers looking for more shit to tell you guys. Hey, how you doing? But thanks for joining me here on the landmark 10th episode of What's Trending. And it's been fun. Thank you, everybody, again, that tunes into this fucking crazy show I do, and every crazy show I do on this crazy network. And like I said, the best thing you can do is share it, or hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, whatever you got to do. And we'll see you next time here on What's Trending with Juice Giorgio. And I'll be on here before the holidays, so I'm not going to wish anyone a happy anything yet. But hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, in case... and Kwanzaa, and of course Festivus? Festivus for the rest of us. Yeah. All right. I covered them all. So in case you don't watch the next one I do, which will be before then anyway, take care. Oh, and by the way, wish me luck. I got a big MRI tomorrow for my left knee. So hopefully I can start working out again soon, because not working out sucks.